Welcome everyone in live to the virtual Daytona International Speedway as we are under the lights for the Stars and Stripes Shootout Series here in Dega Pros. I'm your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro, with PGR eSports as we bring you 40 laps of action at the World Center of Racing tonight. And man, I'm looking forward to this race. You see Tyler Vickery loading up and into the session as these drivers now getting done with qualifying. We will head down to tonight's grid momentarily. But we are finally back here after a little bit of a break. We had a lot going on with the PGR 500 and multiple other 500s, as well as attending the actual Daytona 500. So a lot has been going on. So I'm happy to be back here and ready to call this race here for John Ward and Dega Pros. As we are high above Daytona, we'll get to your grid here. As on the pole here tonight, it's the young man, the number 12 of Ethan Eckert. And rolling off second tonight, it's the reigning and defending PGR 500 champion, Wyatt Gray. Rolling off on row number 2, third here tonight, Dylan Jones. And to his outside, out of Rolla, Missouri, it's the number 6 of Cody Neagles. Rolling off row number 3, starting 5th tonight, the Coasting Thunder Chevrolet Matthew Baker. And to his outside, the number 84 Jack Shack Machine of Justin Melikar. Rolling off on row number 4, it's the 60 of Jeff Merck. And to his outside, it'll be the 02 of Richard Elliott. Rolling off on row number 5 tonight, it's the 21 machine of Brock Westermerlin. And to his outside, it'll be the 69 of Charlie Morgan. Rolling off on row number 6, starting 11th will be Casey Sprinkle. And to his outside, starting 12th will be Tim White. Rolling off row number 7, starting 13th tonight, J.R. Miller. And to his outside, starting in 14th, Cooper Goodwin. Rolling off in row number 8, starting 15th, Kenny McCullough Jr. And to his outside, starting 16th, Hunter Edsel. Rolling off on row number 9, starting 17th, Michael Barksdale. And to his outside, starting in 18th, Carson Freeman. Rolling off on row 10, starting 19th, Jake Dilger. And to his outside, starting in 20th, Sean Corbett. Rolling off row number 11, Daniel Falkingham will start 21st. And to his outside, Malik Ray, starting 22nd. Rolling off in row number 12, starting 23rd, Nathan Harper. And to his outside, starting in 24th, Daniel Eberhardt III. Rolling off in row 13, Asher Little and Josh McCullough. Row 14, Chase Mastretta and Tyler Vickery. Rolling off row 15, Tucker McClendon and Mark Vondell. And rolling off 31st here tonight, it's Brent Menifee. As we get set to go green flag racing here, Ethan Eckert, Wyatt Gray will lead us to the green as we hit the restart zone. Green flag in the air at Daytona. lap number 1 in the books here tonight. It's the 18 machine of Wyatt Gray in that Toyota. And man, what a hot rail Wyatt Gray has been on. And it all culminated with winning the GR 500 and $3,000. Since then, he has also claimed a split 2 victory in the Road to Pro at Daytona as well. And as of right now, Wyatt Gray stands in the top 30 in points that could possibly head to free agency for the NASCAR Coca-Cola Series this year. So Wyatt Gray leads this field. And on the bottom, it's another man, the 12, Ethan Eckert. He's also trying to make his way into the Coke Series, as he also is in the top 30 at the moment. And just like Daniel Falkingham, Garrett Maines, the groups that run here in Dega Pros and PGR and other money promotions here on the Super Speedways, they just don't get it done here on Super Speedways. They can race each and every track. And right now, all these drivers in this field 3 wide down the backstretch, and they are getting after it here in a hurry. 40-lap sprint to finish here. Riding on board with Matthew Baker, riding behind Dylan Jones at the moment. Matthew Baker is the winningest driver here in the Stars and Stripes Series as he looks to go back to victory lane. And tonight, I'll tell you what is heating up quick here tonight. Down the backstretch, still 3 wide. As these drivers and trucks, we're going to have action. Matthew Baker into it. He's going to go to the inside fence. Can he keep off? He does. And it looks like one driver came off the wall there. We'll have to see who that was. I believe it's Jake. Yeah, Jake Dilger maybe. And a caution is out. So a caution will help. I believe it was also Tim White. And yes, Tim White, who came down in the Matthew Baker. And we will see momentarily what caused that accident. Just as we were talking about Matthew Baker in the 5, trouble here on the backstretch, but it looks like these guys were able to keep their trucks clean. And with no fast repair, they'll definitely breathe a sigh of relief here. And we'll go back here and get you that replay. As you see Matthew Baker pretty much clean there, that Coasting Thunder Chevrolet. And I'm wondering if he's going to slow down right here, but we'll go back here. And don't forget, these drivers will probably be coming down, even though we're only 5 laps in of 40 tonight, to get that Sunoco Racing fuel. Only 40% fuel here tonight. We'll bring up that race flyer and then go back here and show that wreck. But and here's that race flyer here tonight. So 40 laps, 50% fuel, 1 green-white checker if we need it. And these drivers have no fast repair, and a 1 tire set here if they need it as well on pit lane. And you see tonight a really strong field, a healthy car count here on a Friday night. And it looks like 31 drivers took the field, so hey, those payouts stand and then some here tonight. And that's what we like to see here for the Dega Pros Stars and Stripes Series. We'll head on here to pit lane. And you are going to see Cody Nichols in the 6-year leader. And he will lead the field down down to the pit lane right now as they are all peeling off for that Sunoco race fuel. And a couple possibly getting some repairs. Great shot here down pit lane. The lights are on here at Daytona. Cody Nichols will win that race off pit lane for NBG Motorsports. Let's go back here though and look at what brought out this yellow flag here. And we'll have to go here with Matthew Baker as he was involved. He's not going to lose all too many spots here. And we're going to ride here. Yeah, that's just going to be White coming down the racetrack. Must have not seen Matthew Baker there. He's just going to come right down in the middle lane, get into the right front of Matthew Baker. That turns them both down the racetrack. But a great job for both drivers here to stay off the wall and not get any damage. We did see, I believe it was Jake. Yeah, Jake Dilger here. Excuse me. A little bit farther back in your screen. As you see him here battling. And he is actually, looks like he's going to come. Well, no, it looks like Goodwin, possibly Goodwin comes up the racetrack just a tad. And hey, let's point this out, the simwrapmarket.com, number 23, Simwrap Market. Don't forget to head over to the website and grab some wraps, 10% off PGR. So PGR and Simwrap Market is the sponsor of the 2026 March Madness event that will start next Thursday night. So we appreciate Jake here running the simwrapmarket.com paint scheme here tonight. So, well, not too much going on here. We'll go back live, go back up front. Cody Neagles, your leader, as the pace truck leads them around, and I would assume the lights will go off this time by. As the pace truck lights do go out, we will go green here this time by. And for the most part, I believe everyone pretty unscathed there to start tonight's race, as you are now riding with Daniel Eberhardt III. He's now on the high side, running in about the 6th position at the moment. Just to his inside, it's 39 of Daniel Falkingham, as Daniel Eberhardt looks to roll this Ford up to the front of the field. I appreciate everyone joining here tonight. Another live PGR eSports and a Dega Pro promotion event. I always appreciate all of our fans coming out each and every night to support PGR eSports. And here we go. The stage is now set for the second restart here of the night. Caution flag here in the early going. Bring that tower back up here. First caution will come to an end. We'll get ready to go back. Green flag here. As a new leader, it's Cody Neagles in the 6th. He'll lead Wyatt Gray down here to the green flag. It's Ethan Eckert, Casey Sprinkle, Daniel Falkingham. Your top 5 is the green flag back in the air at Daytona. Chase Mastretta now in the bottom lane. He's going to get a surge here into turn number 3, right behind Nathan Harper. The bottom lane working at the moment. As now we jump over to Jeff Burke. He's in the middle on the back bumper of Eberhardt. Ethan Eckert's going to go under the yellow. He's going to have to get back in. Daniel Falkingham now goes to the lead. Great shot here with the U.S. Navy machine of Jeff Burke out of Punta Gorda, Florida, holding zone here in the middle lane. And some action-packed racing here to start tonight's race. And these have been sprints here Friday nights, and it's been fun to watch. the best racing, in my opinion, in the money racing community lives here in the Dega Pro Stars and Stripes Series. They came out tonight. They came to go 3 wide. It's Daniel Falkingham from the bottom to the top. What a clear it was. It opens the door up for Eberhard on the bottom. Here comes Nichols in the middle. It's that top lane, though, scourging here into 1. And you see that 3 wide Brock Westermelin in the 21. It's that train Chevy there on the top. He's going to look to make some moves. Actually, sorry, a Ford right there. Matthew Baker trying to make his way back up the middle. Nichols behind Eberhard. Casey Sprinkle now leads the middle. Nathan Harper the bottom, as he's got a rear view mirror full of Chase Pastretta and J.R. Miller. They're pushing all the way through the field into the turn, as Daniel Falkingham's going to lead off turn number 2. As Falkingham leads that group back down the middle lane here. He brings with him Wyatt Gray and O2 here, I believe, of Richard Elliott. Westmoreland looks to the outside. He's going to get a partner, a dance partner, that is with Jeff Burke in the 60. Behind them, the 23 is going to try to make his way here as well. Double early for, I believe that is Dilger. He's going to try to overcome that. Sprinkle to the bottom, past the flag stand once again. 12 laps of 40 here in the books. 8 more to the halfway point. Right now, Falkingham, that leader on the bottom in PGR eSports number 39, going to try to make a return to the NASCAR Open Series. What a start it was a couple weeks ago at Daytona, as he got that PGR eSports machine to victory lane with help from Garrett Maines. He then took that to Atlanta, another strong finish for Falkingham, as he is really right now locked and loaded into that top 30. He has to just kind of keep fighting, keep getting those top 5s, top 10s, and Daniel Falkingham should head to free agency as one of the top contenders to get back to Coke. But one guy right now is that Chick-fil-A number 7. He gets it done on the super speedways. He clears to the lead. Cody Nichols in tow. Here comes Sprinkle again on the top in the number 59. Man, these trucks look beautiful under the lights here at Daytona. Now, full house here in the Tri-Oval we go. The racing has definitely calmed down just a little bit. As we said, 40% fuel in these machines here tonight. As we take you a little bit farther in the back in the field, and Mike's trying to make a recovery from an early mishap that brought out the first caution. He's on his way back up. You see Charlie Morgan, he was a Cinderella story in the 2026 PGR 500 a couple weeks ago. But these drivers now trying to find their way to the bottom of the racetrack. It's there where they'll be able to get on the pit lane if they need that racing fuel, which they'll need, because time's ticking until a green flag stop here. And that could be the money stop here tonight that really separates our field. Harper continues to lead. It's now looking good for Westmoreland, the Team PGR driver. Westmoreland heating and cooling machine. He's going to file on down those. He knows the writing's on the wall. We are going to have to make a green flag stop, as more drivers trying to find a way in here to that bottom lane. It's all going to depend on who is willing to give them a spot. Because right now, Daniel Eberhard doesn't have one. Neither does J.R. Miller or Jake That's Jake. Sorry about that. Dilger. And behind him now, Tyler Vickery. They can make up some delta here on your leaders. The problem will be, are they going to have to pit from that second lane? That is going to be the topic of discussion here during the race. But right now, so far, so good. We had a caution in the first 5 laps, but since then, we've been under the flag. Nathan Harper continues to lead. J.R. Miller, though, on the move here in the outside lane. He's going to try to make this work. He wants that track position, as does Matthew Baker a little bit farther back. These guys making it work at the moment. Let's see if it continues to work out here, as now you're riding along with Jeff Merck here on the bottom of the racetrack. Look from behind him, it's Brock Westmoreland. Daniel Falkingham. Truck right here as he works in the 11th position at the moment. And J.R. Miller, new leader here. They make it work on the outside. And Dilger, what a run to get back up to the front. Oh no, he just got out of line, gets back in line. We saw Dilger, Baker, and White part of that first caution, but they did not take any damage. Now that Simrat Market Machine up into the second position, pushing the 78 of J.R. Miller down the backstretch. As we keep getting closer and closer to those green flag stops here at Daytona. Sooner than later, we'll see these Craftsman Trucks diving off onto pit lane. How many will come on the first round will be the question. Still 5 trucks there in the outside, led by Tyler Vickery. The 124 fuel sail machine tries to make its way to the front. Dilger still trying to figure out what he wants to do, but right now I think it's best for him to stay put and to get to those stops. Another guy with a great recovery, Tim White now. 6th place for Tim White, who caused the first caution of the night. He's back, he's overcome it. And this just shows how good the racing here is tonight. Vickery's going to actually lead at the line. They double clear in the front. Tyler Vickery, Sean Corbett. And I just wonder if there's some drivers here in the back right now. We have Daniel Eberhardt back here, Ethan Eckert, Malik Ray, Kenny McCullough Jr. We've even seen Daniel Falkingham drop off just a little bit. And you got to think maybe a fuel savings, fuel conservation here in the back. It might be a fuel race to try to make it here on one stop. 21 laps to go here. Vickery still your leader, but there's a couple other trucks here on the outside lane trying to make it work. We'll see if they can. So far, all the trucks in a single file line on the bottom, 3 into the outside, and it's going to remain like that right now. 20 laps to go as we hit the halfway point for the Dega Pro Stars and Stripes Shootout Series. have one taker to pit lane. And oh, he's going to spin the 23. If Dilger's going to spin on entry, that's going to cost him a ton of time, as he was the only truck here to come to pit lane. As Dilger is going to get to his pit box, but lose a bunch of time here as he made his way all the way to the front. So at the second position, Dilger is going to take right side Goodyear tires and Sunoco Racing fuel, and Dilger most likely going to drop in position. And apologies for the camera work here. And victory leads Corbett, Miller, White, and Harper. Your top 5. Will we see more takers this time? 5. We do. A whole host of trucks coming down. Tyler Vickery trying to woe it all the way down. He does, hopefully just in time. As Vickery gets into pit lane, the 109 machine, he is spun out a little bit farther back. That's Brent Menifee. As Vickery is going to get out of his box. And here they come down pit lane. Your big first group here is going to be led off by Tyler Vickery. And here we go. It's going to be your next group, led by Cody Nichols and Casey Sprinkle. And here we go. Spanning 3, 4, even 5 wide. Here come the Craftsman Trucks on pit entry. They're all going to get clean through. And man, what a great job by all of these drivers to get on pit lane. And man, were they smooth. They're going to come down here as they're going to get left side tires. Sunoco Racing fuel. They'll see if they can make it to the end. I'm not quite sure. But here they come off pit lane. The race off, it's Casey Sprinkle, Jeff Burke, Daniel Falkingham makes a ton of time. And we'll wait now. This other group is on its way here to the front. Led by, I believe, Nathan Harper. But I believe Casey Sprinkle will be the leader now. We'll see if Harper and company can get the run, and they do. They're going to get a great run down the backstretch. It's Harper and Vickery, as well as J.R. Miller. Merck to the outside. Here comes a 3-truck freight train to the top. And Jeff Merck, now your leader after a round of green flags, stopped only 1 caution flag so far here tonight. Merck's going to lead Casey Sprinkle, Falkingham, Nichols, and Vickery. Vickery, though, stuck on the outside lane all by himself. It's single file here at the front of this pack. And if we go through that pack, let's see in the back. I believe it's going to be Sean Corbett and Tim White. I believe Carson Freeman back here as well. And you got to go back to Tucker McClendon in 23rd. He has lost this front pack. So the front pack now 22 trucks remain out of a 31 truck field. So do not get a caution flag here the rest of the way. 15 laps to go. Action heating up here at Daytona. And I believe we're going to stay in fuel conservation mode. I do not believe with 40% fuel they can make it. If they can, it's going to be by the skin of their teeth. We want to say hello to everyone in the chat here tonight. Danella Adams in the chat, as is Morgan's team. You see Baker's mom in there. We appreciate her for everything and all the support for the community. Kevin Nichols, the dad of Cody Nichols in the chat tonight. Lisa Winter. Devin Ray, man, we're hoping you come back to the track soon as well. And hey, this is my first time broadcasting in 1440. And I went through and worked with the producer today to work on all my graphic settings, to boost up the graphics, get on 1440. So I hope all you guys notice the difference in these trucks here at Daytona under the lights. They look beautiful on my screen. I hope they look beautiful on yours as well. We're enjoying this one here tonight as now we are now 2 wide at the front of the field as Falkingham goes to the outside. Down the back stretch, it's 2x2 through the front 21 all the way back to Josh McCullough. Dylan Jones through the tribal gets a push from teammate Matthew Baker. They're 3 wide behind him. He looks to go to the I lane. He comes back down. And thankfully there, that was a close call. It's into the turn here with Jones. Riding behind Malik Ray. Watch the run he gets off turn number 2. Carrying a ton of speed. Down the backstretch here at Daytona. He's going to split. Tries to go middle here. We'll see if it could work. Upwards of 183 miles an hour entering turn number 3. Dylan Jones on the move as he looks to get to the front now with his dance partner. 3 lanes, 3 wide, 3 abreast here coming off turn number 4. As the action now is picked right back up where it left off. And these drivers getting after Falkingham. Drops to the middle. As now he goes back to the top with Sprinkle. Merck a little bit disconnected right now from the 8 of Mistretta. Casey Sprinkle trying to figure out what he wants to do. He goes down in front of Victory. And a lot of slicing and dicing. And you got to make these decisions in split seconds. But these drivers tonight putting on a clinic and a show for you race fans. Jeff Merck now assumes the lead down backstretch. Here comes the 90 of Daniel Eberhardt III in that middle lane. Now Baker tucks in front of him. There he's going to give him a shove back to number 5. Here comes the one of Malik Ray. He's in the 3rd lane, side drafting from the top. He's going to get some help though here on the exit, I believe, of Wyatt Gray, his teammate. Baker goes up, as does Neagles and Falkingham. They block the run of Ray and Gray. And that leaves Eberhardt in a lane there with just one other truck. We'll see if they can make it work. It's the 84 of Justin Melikar and the Jack Shack as he tries to get into this mix. 10 laps to go. Who's going to earn their stripe here tonight? It's going to be a battle in the star-studded field. Looking out from the front of the 6 of Cody Neagles as he pushes Daniel Falkingham across the line. They're going to leave that high lane. Right now, Cody Neagles, this is going to really good view of what Cody's going to do here. He's going to get off the back bumper and make sure he stays cool. That's why you see Falkingham going down, drifting down a little bit. And they are teammates here tonight. Cody's not going to worry, or Daniel's not going to worry about him taking a right rear here tonight, as Daniel's just giving air to Cody. So when it's go time and they need a push and no lift, Cody Neagles will have plenty of air to do that without getting his oil and water temperature up, and that's what we're looking at right now. Mistretta and Merck down at the bottom, they're doing the same thing. The drivers right now, they know what to do. These guys have been doing this for quite some time. And no one else is really pushing hard at the moment, so doing a good job there controlling temps, but sooner than later, not going to be able to do that. 3 wide here with just 8 laps to go. Falkingham, Baker, now through the middle with Melikar. It's the number 5 Coasting Thunder Machine going for another win here. clears all the way up to the top in front of his teammate Falcon. Look through the list of drivers in this field. It's almost a de facto all-star race here tonight. You see the cream has risen to the top. Melikar, the Jack Shack, trying to upset all of these drivers. He's got the talent to do it. Can he get that machine to victory lane right now? Getting a great push from Jeff Merck. Everhart still battles on the middle. If you're just joining us, only one caution flag. It came in the first 5 laps. We've had a green flag stop. And so far, we've had some intense bumper-to-bumper, 3-wide racing as Melikar to the middle lane in front of Baker off turn 2. What a race we have as these Craftsman Trucks bumper to bumper off 4. Ethan Eckert gets a little loose, as does Casey Sprinkle. They corral it. Baker in a drag race at the line with Melikar. Who will it be with 6 laps to go now? Man, I would love to see if we could go all the way to the checkered flag with this amount of action. The 18 Gray gets into his teammate, the one of Malik Ray. Malik Ray wiggles for just a second. He gets it together, though. They're going to get a run off, too. And now Malik Ray into the fray, into the top 5. He's got a shot. Oh, and there we go. We might have a wreck. We do. Brock Westmoreland up in the wall. I believe we're going to get a caution flag here. Yep, there goes Brock. He's going to get turned. As Westmoreland goes around. Caution flag. Well, actually, Westmoreland was able to save it. Richard Elliott ends up going around. Ooh, he's going to get some damage there at the entrance of pit lane. The second caution flag of the night with 5 laps to go. And could possibly put us into a NASCAR overtime green-white checker finish as Richard Elliott goes down pit lane. And he'll come out, but damage to the back end here of the 0-2 from McCullough Motorsports. We saw Brock Westmoreland as well involved. He had saved it. The green flag stayed out as long as possible here until it couldn't anymore for this train forward. Lisa Winter in the chat. Yeah, Daytona was awesome. I was able to go down with my wife and meet Matthew Baker and his lovely wife Katie in Disney in Orlando. Spent the day at Epcot, and the next day woke up and drove up to Daytona for the 500. Had a blast there, and I got to spend the night with them up where they live, north of Daytona, and had another night and half a day with them as well this past Monday. So a great time to get together with some guys here on the sim, especially Matthew Baker. Just a really, really fun time. We got to see Jeff Merck, Logan York, Tyler Vickery, Caden Diedrich. So really cool to catch up with some guys and meet them in real life. But Matthew Baker and I had a great time with the wives and looking forward to doing it again in the future, that's for sure. As we go back here and try to figure out what happens here, it's gonna all start with back here. With Westmoreland. Watch him in the middle lane. Yep, he's going to come down, not clear in front of Merck. And as you see Westmoreland start to turn here, he's actually going to save it. There goes Mistretta. He's got a bail underneath the apron as Westmoreland comes up and gets into, I believe, Dylan Jones and Sean Corbett. He saves it. We stay green, but I believe they're going to get into a little bit more here as you see them fanning out. Sprinkle gets back on. Ethan Eckert needs to find a way back on as well. He does that. But look at that. Sprinkle just comes back up. He's going to get into Westmoreland. That turns him. That's when the yellow flag came out. And I believe, yep, Sprinkle is going to try to save it as well. But Richard Elliott is actually going to take the worst of this. And I believe it's going to happen right here. As Sprinkle comes back up. Yep, there it goes. And that leads Elliott here. Into the inside fence. And he's going to clip the rear of his truck right there on that wall at the Sunoco sign. You see Richard try to turn it off. And right there's the contact for Richard Elliott. So go back live here, and Malik Gray now. Looks like Malik Gray being scored your leader here. And are we going to have... No, doesn't look like it. Drivers... I wonder if they're thinking they may or may not make it. Let's see here. Let's check out the pace car or the pace truck lights. They are going to go out this time by. So I do believe this might be a natural green-white checker. This might not be overtime. As we'll quickly bring in the owner of Dega Pros, the promotion itself for the Stars and Stripes series. John Ward, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Mike.
Man, I'll tell you what, I feel like every time first of all, I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry, it was a busy month with the 500, the actual 500, everything I have going on, but I'm glad to be back here on Friday night, John, because it seems like I bring you up in the booth every week, and we keep talking about it. It's the best racing in the community each and every week on Friday nights, and tonight we get 31 drivers to come out, man. How you feeling about this?
Man, I'm excited, man. I tell you, man, it's so many different drivers in here, and we've got pro drivers, we've got drivers been in here racing for a couple years. We got veterans, new guys, and they all came out to play. And I'll tell you what, they've been 3 wide, they've been sitting, they've done a pit stop. It's been crazy, man. And I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm trying to pick a winner, and I don't know who's going to win it. So I can't wait to see and find out.
Well, John, we'll let you go and get back to your duties here. It's going to be a heck of an end here to tonight's race. Thanks for having us.
You got it, man. Thank you.
John Ward, always excited here on a Friday night. Right now, 2 of the best here in the race, the 5 of Matthew Baker, the 1 of Malik Gray. We've seen them in an ERA race in the Omega Cup come down to the end as well. They've tangled a few times in the past, but will they tangle again here tonight? It should be a really good finish. For Baker, he has Malik's teammate behind him. And, well, Malik's got a guy that Baker's worked with quite a bit, possibly is tonight, and Daniel Eberhardt. This one is going to get interesting. Green flag back into the air. 2 laps to go at Daytona. Eberhardt to the middle. He's going to split Malik Gray. Malik Gray to the outside. He has no drafting help. He's going to come down and side draft. Here comes Sprinkle to pick him up, as well as the 14. Where's the 14 going to go is the question. Neagle's out wide. There goes Eberhardt. Baker stays to the bottom. He's getting pushed from Gray. Mastretta now. He's come out of nowhere. He's in the middle. He has a shot. Sprinkle's pushing him. Eberhardt, though, in the catbird seat with Neagle. Three wide throughout the field. Off turn 4, we take the white flag. This will be official. Baker trying to hold off Wyatt Gray. In the middle, Eberhardt takes the white flag. 1 lap to go. What a surge from the top lane. Neagle pushing hard here. Will the run from the middle of the bottom come back? We'll find out down the backstretch. 1 wrecking out back. Another one into the wall as well. There goes Tucker McClendon. But it's still that high lane. It's got Malik Gray. It's got Daniel Falkingham. You would expect him to make a move eventually as well. As Gray goes under Baker, he turns Baker. A big wreck behind. We'll get back to it after the race. Here's the race for the win. It's Eberhart, Nichols, Malik Rain out the outside. He has nowhere to go. Daniel Eberhart in the driver's seat to win it. Cody Nichols, will he make a move? He won't. And Daniel Eberhart takes the checkered flag here at the Stars and Stripes Series. Daniel Eberhart. Teamwork with the 6 of Cody Nichols. They hold off Daniel Falkingham, who finishes on the podium as well. Malik Ray didn't have his dance partners. Held his own to finish in 4th. Tim White. What a drive for White as he overcame what caused the first caution in the first 5 laps to finish in 5th. What a drive. As Eberhart is going to burn him down in the infield. He is one happy camper. And that Ford Performance number 90. And he couldn't have done it without Cody Nichols here tonight, who did not leave him one bit there in the last couple laps. And what a race it was tonight. As we look on again high above Daytona. What a race. We'll have your final results here shortly. As we bring up your podium finishers. Daniel Eberhart, P1 here tonight. Cody Nichols, 2nd, and in 3rd, Daniel Falkingham. What a race here tonight. These guys put on an absolute show here on the PGR eSports Network. Man, we couldn't ask for a better race tonight. We'll see if we can get our driver interviews here as we await a couple drivers to get into the waiting room. And we will get our first driver up here in the booth. It'll be your 3rd place finisher here tonight. And that'll be the 39 of Daniel Falkingham in the PGR eSports machine. Daniel, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. I'll tell you what, it's a much better and a much different race than last night. That is for sure. As we come over here to Daytona in the Craftsman Trucks, and you guys put on an absolute show. Only a couple of caution flags here tonight. Man, tell us about this race. It was a great one. We saw 3-wide racing. We saw a green flag pit stop and a lot more 3-wide racing at the end. And you right there, man, you get back up there on the podium. I know you, a guy that loves to win all these races, just not quite getting that job done here tonight. But walk us through your event here.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when we're talking to you at the end of these things. But yeah, it was definitely a hectic race, especially at the beginning. Then we had that early caution, which actually put us into fuel save mode because the window was really tight to make it on a 1-stop, and that's pretty much what everyone was doing. Like for the middle portion of the race, was just riding in lines, saving fuel, and then you saw all this peel on lap 23, whatever it was. And then right there, I was just trying to manage the fuel, but I was up front trying to manage the track position too, because like if I try to save fuel, I lose all my spots, and then a caution comes out, then that's probably game over because everyone could probably make it with that yellow flag because you knew the race was going to ramp up position. And when I realized there was someone in front of me, peeled to the pits, where that was going to line me up on the bottom, and I didn't want to do that, so I said, screw it, just come down, just take my fuel now, because if we go on this next restart and we get a caution right before we take the white, then that might put people in some danger with them having to pit, and I didn't need to, so I just wanted to take that risk. And I mean, it was a good decision because it put me on the top for the restart, and we went from like 14th to like, I don't know what it was, 5th or 6th on that white flag, and then all the cars just worked out for us to miss the wreck behind us. So definitely hectic at the end, not how I kind of envisioned it, but yeah, like I said, if we're talking to you at the end of this thing, I think that means we had a good night. which we could have got the win. I've yet to get a Stars and Stripes win yet. We're still looking for that win, but still, we had glad we could come away with something tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, before we let you go, bigger news for you. You know, the last couple of weeks, it won the top split there at Daytona as you vie for the road to pro. Get back to that Coke Series, hopefully, and then you come back. Great finish at Atlanta, and then also in the College Series, winning as well. Talk to us about the last couple of weeks as you try to get back to the Coke Series.
Yeah, it's been a very good start to our eNASCAR campaign this year. We kicked it off with a top split win at Daytona. We had a shot to get like another podium at Vegas, but I didn't make the right decisions on the last couple of restarts. But we still, even with where we've been finishing, we are, I think, in a tie for the points lead right now after 2 weeks of competition. So that's always a good thing. I know it's early in the season, but even just being that high up in the points to start is always a good thing, especially when we have that one drop week that we get to use. Trying to save that for a later time. So yeah, we had a good start over there. And like you said, won the college race on Wednesday night. So that was a big tuition money win over there. And then, yeah, we got the win in PGR last night. So we've been on a really good roll to start these first couple weeks, and hopefully we can carry it because our next race is Rockingham on Tuesday night. And I really don't get around that track too well, but we've been putting in the laps trying to figure it out, and we are getting better. So that was looking forward to Tuesday, and kind of just looking forward to the next couple weeks. And yeah, I always still, even with all that busy schedule, I still try to make time to come over and do these races, especially with you guys' support. So yeah, definitely been a busy start to the season, but we're going to keep on trucking because right now we got some good momentum.
All right, Daniel. Well, we'll definitely be talking to you soon. Anyone you want to thank or shut out before we let you go?
Yeah, just shout out to Ward for putting these races on. I know it was kind of like a Dega Pros race, so shout out to him putting this stuff on. Thanks to Steve for broadcasting, and thanks to you and Baker for everyone at PGR eSports for your support over on the eNASCAR side of things. It's been fun to represent y'all. Got y'all winning your first race together, and I know we got Garrett and Caden on the side too, part of our team that's been giving y'all some good success. So let's watch out, you guys, for supporting me, and also shout out to all my teammates tonight, Cody, Eberhard, Grass Eberhard on the win. Also shout out to Dylan Jones, Baker, Merck, all those guys. I know some of them got wrecked there at the end, but I mean, that's how it goes. Sometimes we're always on every side of it. But shout out to those boys, and shout out to you broadcasting. Shout out to everyone watching.
All right, well, that was your third place finisher tonight, the number 39 of Daniel Falkingham, and what a run it was for him here tonight. But this man, he was on a run as well, as he works with Daniel Eberhardt tonight, and man, they put on a clinic in the last couple laps of this one. It's the number 6. We're going to dial him up. Cody Neagles, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Man, we're doing good, and I'm assuming you're doing good, too. You put your team here, you put them out there on the track tonight, and you guys were able to really collectively race a good race. We saw Matthew Baker kind of go out there in the last lap, but you stuck to the rear bumper there of the 90 of Eberhardt, and you did not look to peek out one bit, and you guys go 1-2 here tonight. Talk to us about that cohesion. It's the two drivers that obviously didn't work so much together in the past, but of late, the 90 and the 6 working good here tonight.
Yeah, for anyone that knows a little bit of money racing history, me and D3 have not always seen eye to eye, and we have been on rival teams for several of those years that we've been money racing. And I don't know, me and him, we had some good talks back and forth with each other and some just late night conversations, and we decided, why not? I mean, we'd kind of put our crap aside and just decided, we have a very similar driving style, and we started becoming friends off the track a little bit, and me and Dylan had already got along, so figured why not? It seems like it's been a pretty good teammateship, if you will. It seems like anytime I'm in front of him, he's never trying to pull out on me, so anytime I have a shot to push him to the win like tonight, I'm not going to peek out on him. A team win is a team win, no matter who carries that banner that night. D3 was that guy tonight. Unfortunately, it sucks for Baker because he had a good run. Didn't get the result that he deserved, but the rest of the team really showed up and had a really, really good run. So I'm glad to see NBG at the top of the charts tonight.
Yeah, great run for you guys here tonight, Cody. Before we let you go, though, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, got to thank the good Lord above. Got to thank you. Got to thank Baker. A lot of good stuff going on at PGR. Got to thank John Ward putting on the Stars and Stripes series. Dega Pros, NBG Motorsports, Nightmare, and got to thank my parents just for supporting me. They watch a lot of these races, so big shout out to both of them, especially my dad. He's been still kind of struggling with everything that's been going on in our family deal. So he's in my thoughts and prayers, and just know that it just we're a family and we'll get through it together, and there will be better days ahead.
Well, we appreciate you, Cody, here tonight. Go enjoy that second place finish. I'm assuming we'll see you back here shortly.
Yes, sir. God bless.
Cody Neagles, everyone, your second place finisher here tonight, but there's only one man that can go to the top of the scoring pylon here tonight, and that's going to be the number 90 of Daniel Eberhardt. And I'm sure he has a little grin on his face as his team was able to finally capture a race. And not only that, they race clean throughout. They're able to take down one of the best teams in the business, and it's the 90 and the 6 that have led the way to the top tonight. Daniel Eberhardt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, wow, what a race for you here. And you were working that middle lane for a little bit there. Didn't see that it might not work out, but then you found your way up to the top. And what better time to have that 6 right behind you as Cody Neagles, I'm assuming a big player in your race win tonight, as he stayed right on your rear bumper there in the closing laps of this one. And you two really able to get that top lane going. Talk to us about that in the last couple laps here, because you guys just surged ahead and really at that point didn't give anyone else much of a chance.
Oh yeah, I owe it all to Cody right there. I was trying to work in Baker. I just didn't know how, and I bet Malik's kicking himself because he probably would have been better off to start bottom and just try to jump it with Wyatt. He just kind of put his foot in his mouth on that one because he knew we were going to try to make a move, and I was just too scared to get to his right rear because usually when I get to the guy's right rears, they just wall you trying to block, and uh, I just knew that I could just kind of just do a little shake and bake with him and fake right and then go left. So, and luckily Cody was there and Chase Mastrada to fill up that hole. I just hate it for Chase because he was going to go with me and Cody there, and it didn't work out for him.
Well, we're looking at your finish here live on the broadcast, and really to the line, no pressure. Like you said it, more of that pressure came, a little bit earlier in that last lap, Daniel. But hey, man, we talked to you a lot about a lot of different things, but I believe you were at the Daytona 500, had a weekend in Daytona. How was your weekend last weekend? Because I know ours was good, but man, what a weekend down there in Daytona.
Oh yeah, it's always a great event. I got personal stuff that's going on, so that's it for me with the whole Daytona trips. Um, I just have very, very much enjoyed the last 10 years going down there. It's a beautiful scenery. If you can get over to Disney World or Universal, that's the best part of it because you get to go play for a day and then come and chill out and drink some cold ones right there. Maybe if you're a Miller Lite fan or a Bud Light, I guess, if you want to shoot that way, or Michelob, whatever. I'm a Miller Lite person, so I drink that and watch race cars go in circles all day, and I think that's the best feeling ever when you go down there to Daytona. And it was a nice breeze, and got to enjoy a good race.
Well, Daniel, excellent job here tonight representing not only yourself but your teammates here tonight. P1 here at Daytona. Before we let you go, though, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, thank you to John Ward for putting on this race. Thank you for doing all the background stuff for John Ward. Without you, none of this would be possible. Doing the broadcast and all the flyers and everything. Thank you for your hard work on that. And thank you for MBG for staying tight to each other all night. I mean, we were all right there together. It just stinks when you all just can't cash, but that's part of it. It pays 6 spots, and we have 6 guys working tonight. So it's really hard to do all that when you got another elite team like Malik and Wyatt Gray up there up front.
Well, absolutely. We appreciate you joining us here up in the booth. Go celebrate that victory. Daniel Eberhardt, everyone, up on the top of your board. Cody Neagles tonight in second, and rounding out your top 3 podium finishers, Daniel Falkingham. In fourth here tonight, Malik Ray. Tim White finishes up in 5th. Justin Mellicart in 6th. Joshua McCullis, 7th. Ethan Eckert in 8th. Asher Little in 9th. And rounding out your top 10, it's Dylan Jones. In 11th here tonight, Jeff Merck. In 12th, it's Cooper Goodwin. Kenny McCullough Jr. in 13th. Charlie Morgan in 14th. Nathan Harper in 15th. Casey Sprinkle, 16th. Sean Corbett, 17th. Tyler Vickery in 18th. 19th here tonight, Michael Barksdale. And rounding out your top 20, it's Carson Freeman. 21st, it's Tucker McClendon. Hunter Zell takes 22nd. Matthew Baker, 23rd. Wyatt Gray, 24th. Chase Mistretta finishes in 25th. J.R. Miller in 26th. Richard Elliott, 27th. Brock Westmoreland, 28th. And well, cut it short a little bit there. Not quite sure why. We'll see if we can pop that right back up. And 29th, Brett Menifee. Mark Vondell in 30th. And rounding out your 31 truck field tonight, Jake Dilger. Well, that's it here from Daytona, the world center of racing. That's a great shot here on the backstretch of Lake Lloyd. Daniel Eberhardt, your winner. It was a great race from the very start to the finish here tonight. Like I said, these drivers putting on an absolute show for your fans. There's your podium finishers one more time. As we will be with you next, I believe, for Sunday Fun Day. And then again next week for the High Gear Racing event, I believe on Tuesday night, as well as the Intimidator Super Speedway, start of March Madness next Thursday night. So a lot on tap here in PGR Esports. And we'll get those March Madness signups out here momentarily. But man, what a night here in Daytona. And a tip of the hat to Daniel Eberhardt III. Well, we appreciate everyone joining us here tonight on behalf of PGR Esports. My name is Michael Triscaro. We'll see you all next time.